What's going on, guys? My name is Jacob. Welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with part 2 of my Bottas career mode, the rebooted Bottas career mode, and today we are here on F1 2013 in Malaysia for the Malaysian Grand Prix at the Sepang International Circuit, and Bottas has been strapped into the car, and now we are going to look at the race strategy. Looks like a one-stop today, starting on the options and putting on lap 6 to go to the primes with the normal fuel strategy for today, and now coming on to the monitor and looking at the setup. Obviously Bottas did very well in qualifying in 4th place, so the setup is obviously working well for him at the moment. And now, as we are going to actually look at the grid, Sepang Vettel once again qualified on pole, with Fernando Alonso once again in 2nd, Nico Rosberg once again qualifying in 3rd place, with Valtteri Bottas doing a fantastic job to get 4th, his 2nd ever Formula One Grand Prix, with Lewis Hamilton and Mark Webber in P5 and 6, with Felipe Massa ahead of his former teammate Kimi Räikkönen in 7th and 8th, and then it's 2 McLarens of Sergio Perez and Jenson Button in 9th and 10th, rounding out the top 10 of the grid. And the Williams and Bottas had a very good qualifying in 4th. Pastor Maldonado, his teammate, qualified down in 15th, but now let's go onto the track, and Bottas will hope for a good race.
Nothing is ever just black and white. This is a story of history, customs, and legacy. Endurance is paramount, as is the will to win. The tides will change, but the expectation will not.
And now we push.
Champions, contenders, and those waiting in the wings.
Now you've got a free track in front of you, let's see what you can do.
New chapters bring new dramas and new unknowns.
Now's the time to push.
Time is sport's great mystery. The unraveling of this mystery has begun. But nothing is ever just black and white.
So now looking at the grid, you can see Sepang Vettel is on pole once again, with Valtteri Bottas lining up a fantastic 4th for Williams, and Pastor Maldonado lining up in 15th. So now you can see Bottas has Fernando Alonso, Sepang Vettel and Nico Rosberg, the only 3 cars ahead of him on the grid, as we are revving up to 5 red lights, and now they're out and away we go, and Bottas actually gets actually quite a bad start. The worst start we would have expected, and he's just been swamped already down the straight, already dropping 2 places, and now 3 and 4. So he's dropped down to P8, but now he regains P7 as he's battling and trying to just find a space to get back up into 4th place, and is now battling, and now he's not being able to get past Nico Rosberg, and now Nico Hülkenberg goes up the inside and moves up into P7, and that means that of course Valtteri Bottas now dropped down to 8th, but coming up to turn 3, Bottas makes an audacious move and he gets into P5 and now gets past Felipe Massa after slight contact to move up into P4, and fantastic start by Valtteri Bottas to move back up into 4th place. And now on lap 2 you can see that DRS has now been enabled as we are just crossed the lines into lap 3, and Fernando Alonso has got up into the lead race after passing Sepang Vettel, and now Lewis Hamilton is also looking to get past Sepang Vettel, and Vettel in fact can't hold it back, and now he loses the back end coming out of the 2nd corner, and Bottas takes advantage as he moves up into P3, and now he is behind. Now he's the uncharted ahead of Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton, obviously 2 world champions ahead of him, and Vettel obviously has lost out as he is a triple champion as well. And now on to lap 5. Look, Bottas is going to go for the undercut, it seems like, as he was quite slight this lap. It was quite slidey, and he did come on the radio and saying he wanted to come into the pits this lap, and so he's going for the undercut and going to the prime tyres, and he went for quick in lap. He put it up into the rich mix, went for the quick in lap, as we are now coming along in the pit at 62 miles per hour, and now he pulls into his pit box, and on go a set of the prime hard tyres for this Grand Prix, as it is a 3.2 second pit stop he gets, and he now rejoins the race in 15th place, behind 17th actually, behind Daniel Ricciardo and a Force India, I think there's Force India of Paul di Resta, and he's actually in between the two Toro Rosso. Now on lap 7 coming around, he has it's going to be close. But did Bottas and Williams make the undercut work, as Bottas says fast enough for the Grand Prix, and they haven't, but Bottas is back up and they have made the undercut work, as Bottas is much closer to Lewis Hamilton than he was, and there you can see confirmation he has set the fastest lap, and he is now right on the back of Lewis Hamilton. So obviously the undercut worked well for the Williams team, as Bottas is so much closer to Lewis Hamilton now, and obviously Hamilton this lap is his sighter lap, as now we are coming on to the end of lap 8. Bottas runs a little bit wide out of the penultimate corner, but he nevertheless still has the DRS on Lewis Hamilton in his Mercedes to try and get past, and it looks like Bottas is too far back to make a move here, but he's going to have a look up the inside, but doesn't really get his nose in there at all, and now he gets a very good exit onto the start-finish straight and propels himself onto towards the finish line with curves, and he now has so much better straight line speed than Lewis Hamilton, and he goes up the inside, and that puts Bottas up into P2 in the Malaysian Grand Prix, and Alonso is about 8 seconds ahead already, so it doesn't look like I'm not the only one's going to stop Alonso today, as now we go on to lap 11. Alonso, nobody has been able to stop him, and on lap 11 Bottas has been defended from Hamilton. Now he has to defend from Hamilton and Vettel actually gets past Hamilton. Bottas runs wide, and that lets Vettel go up the inside and actually get past, and Bottas has now got to try and get ahead of Sebastian Vettel at the end of this straight and defend from what was Lewis Hamilton. It's now Felipe Massa coming up to the first corner, and he can't get past Sebastian Vettel, and Massa can't seem to make a move past to try and get past him and try and pass Vettel, or let alone Bottas. And now on to the final lap. Fernando Alonso has won the race, but Valtteri Bottas comes home to finish a fantastic third for Williams. And of course they did win a race last race with Pastor Maldonado, but they haven't had as much luck this season so far, only on 1 point. But now Bottas has got on the podium, and the race results are: Fernando Alonso won the race and Sebastian Vettel in second, Valtteri Bottas finishing a fantastic third for Williams, rounding up the podium, with Lewis Hamilton in fourth, Felipe Massa in fifth, sixth was Nico Rosberg after dropping down from P3, Nico Rosberg was seventh, followed by Sergio Perez finishing 8th. There is the two Lotuses rounding out the top 10 of Kimi Räikkönen and Roman Grosjean. Mark Webber didn't have a good race, he qualified 6th and finishes down in 11th, with Jenson Button dropping down 2 places as well, and Pastor Maldonado, Bottas' teammate, finishes down in 15th, exactly the way he qualified, and the driver that didn't finish the race was in fact Daniel Ricciardo from Australia. And now looking at the Drivers' Championship, Sebastian Vettel now leads the way 3 points ahead of Fernando Alonso, with Kimi Räikkönen in third, Valtteri Bottas tied on points with the two Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg on 16 points, but Bottas obviously finished ahead of both of those drivers, so he finishes in 4th, so he's given the higher ranking 4th. Sergio Perez is 2 points back, with Mark Webber in 8th, tied on points with Felipe Massa, and Roman Grosjean round out the top 10 of the drivers' standings. So, and now onto the constructors' standings. Red Bull lead the way 3 points ahead of Ferrari, with Mercedes maintaining 3rd, Lotus are in 4th, Williams and Romania in 5th, with McLaren in 6th and Sauber the last point scoring. So teams yet to score are Force India, Toro Rosso, Caterham and Marussia. So that's been it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please give it a big like, comment down below what you thought, subscribe if you are new for weekly F1 content. You can follow me on Twitter @perpetuate_. As always, there's a link to that down in the description, as the music used in this video is also down in the description. And if you want to get a partner of Freedom, then I highly recommend it. A link to that is also down in the description. But that's it from me, guys. I will see you next time.